How's it going, everybody? We got a nice surprise at the state of play with some new Onimusha Way of the Sword gameplay and details, as well as some new updated details when it comes to Onimusha 2 Samurai Destiny Remaster. That's coming out later this year. So all that and more here in this video to talk about, guys, and very cool stuff here. State of play showcased a lot of cool new things, updates on games that already been announced, as well as some announcements of new IPs that to look forward to in the future. And this time we got a glimpse of the game's protagonist in action. Now bear in mind that with these trailers, we may not always get the same exact things shown off in the game. You know, it's still in development, things can change, stuff like that. Things are subject to change. So one thing I'm glad they showed off was some enemy like dismemberment with the swordplay, and a better look at the protagonist. And we heard his voice too. There was a Japanese VA, and then there's also a trailer for the English VA. But yeah, the protagonist, Miyamoto, an ardent samurai who arrives in Kyoto looking to prove that he is unmatched in the way of the sword. However, the path before him takes a strange and unexpected turn. So this is PlayStation blog details about the game I'm reading off here. Musashi's face model, Miyamoto Musashi, sorry, that's the full name of him. Musashi's face model, iconic movie star Toshiro Mifune. I thought he looked familiar. Okay. The protagonist of this game is a fierce young samurai constantly moving from one bloody and mucky fight to the next. In order to cement this image of a striking samurai, Capcom has turned to none other than the late iconic Japanese samurai movie star Toshiro Mifune to serve as the face model for this rendition of Miyamoto Musashi. Then, of course, you got Gemna. They're back, a great threat to humanity, usually found dwelling in the lowest depths of hell. The malice enveloping Kyoto has brought these fiends into the world of the living. Their ceaseless atrocities have plunged the capital into a state of dread and panic. Some real cool things you may have seen in a trailer, maybe missed here, besides like the main protagonist kind of having a sort of like comedic type of personality a little bit here, because it seems like they're going to live a little bit humor here, even though Onimusha games are very like dark fantasy, creepy, weird, stuff like that. But way the protagonist is, yeah, or at least to portray him, it seems like he's going to have at least a bit of a humor to him, or more of a personality this time around than previous protagonists in the series, which honestly I like, because I mean, let's be real, Samanosuke, he had a bit of a personality, but it wasn't really showcased that much, or wasn't as part of the forefront of the storytelling. So, and Jubei, kind of similar, like yeah, he had a personality, but wasn't like the greatest of personalities either. So this protagonist probably seemed to maybe have the best personality overall, or at least have his personality shine the most compared to other protagonists in the series thus far. Then again, if I remember correctly, I think in Onimusha Part 3, maybe Samanosuke's personality was shown off a bit more there, but there was like multi-protagonists you played as in Part 3. So I might be remembering that wrong a little bit, but correct me in the comments about that. Aside from that, there was some cool new gameplay elements shown off. Obviously, you got the dismemberment back here in the game, so we can dismember enemies, mainly the Gemma. And then also something really cool that I find is the fact you can use environment stuff to your advantage. So you can essentially counter or knock enemies into like furniture or stuff into your environment. You can also pull a table down to like sort of protect you at first, but then you can use it later to like kick it to hit enemies. Like, I thought that was freaking sick. And then we get a look at what seems to be maybe like a boss fight, or maybe a mini boss. I don't know, it's like a large enemy that pops up and drops down, and it's just huge and intimidating and threatening and scary. And the way you got to approach it is, you know, different from regular enemies. So this could actually be, you know, they're touting as like an action sword play type of game, like high action, fast paced sword play game. This might be the closest we actually get to Capcom Souls-like, the way we're seeing this. But I don't know. Or it may be just more akin to, they're trying to be Devil May Cry with the combat more so. We still need to wait to see more details and get more answers about gameplay elements, because we still don't know much other than what we're seeing and try to interpret from what we can take from these trailers. We've only had really two trailers so far, the announcement trailer and now this one, as far as like decent chunk trailers. So trying to dissect it is difficult and theorizing, is fun, but also difficult to see what the heck is happening here. Also, the fact that the Oni Gauntlet this time around talks back to you like a Forspoken type of thing. I'm like, what? I don't remember an Oni Gauntlet being able to talk back to you in previous games, so this must be new entirely. And not sure why they decided to do that. I don't know why they wanted to, take the Forspoken route with that. So it has me a bit worried in that regard, because I don't know how well that's gonna work in terms of story elements or the story narrative and beats, things like that, and pacing and everything else. So but making the Oni Gauntlet talk and kind of be its own character along with the protagonist, it honestly could go 50-50. I don't know. We'll see. But the other details we got: Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny. We got a release date for that. The remastered version of Onimusha 2. That is coming out May 23rd. And this remaster of Onimusha 2 is coming to PS5, PS4. It's also coming to Xbox and Steam, from what I recall as well. So don't worry there. It's coming to PC and consoles alike. I forget if they mentioned if it's going to come to Switch, though. I don't remember them saying that or clarifying that. But they're introducing some cool exclusive bonus content, new features, as well as colorful casts of characters and improved gameplay systems. So for those that don't know, this is a remaster of the Tale of Jubei Yagu's Revenge, retaining the setting and gameplay systems of the original game, which originally released back in 2002 on the PS2. The critical is one of the most characteristic attacks in the Onimusha series, and one of the core components of the action. This remaster version adds a variety of features, including the new Hell mode, where just a single hit will kill you. Other updates to the original include all assets, including 3D character models, visual effects, CG cutscenes, backgrounds, UI, and fonts are now in high definition. Easy mode is now available by default for players who just want to enjoy the story. All cutscenes can now be skipped from the start. Oh, thank you. Added an autosave feature. Oh, double thank you. Switch between the 16:9 and 4:3 aspect ratios on the fly during gameplay. Weapons can be swapped without having to open the menu. Oh, that's a big one there too. The gallery from the original now supports higher resolutions and a zoom function, and we've even added 100 new special artworks. Listen to all 43 songs of the original soundtrack. Nice. Okay. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't take any of the music out. I'm a bit surprised about that. I thought they might have ran some issues with that, where they maybe have had to remove a song or two. But okay, cool. Then there's also lots of bonus features like the Onimusha 2 Orchestra Album Selection Pack. So if you pre-order Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny or buy the Onimusha 1+2 pack early, you receive an Onimusha 2 Orchestra Album Selection Pack containing a select few tracks from the orchestra album, as well as a useful item pack. So if you're into that stuff, hey, there you go. Then something kind of cool here too, really, is if you have Onimusha Warlords saved data, well, there's a bonus to that. You can get the Samanosuke outfit for Jubei based on Samanosuke Akichi, the main character of the first game. But this requires a saved data from Onimusha Warlords on whatever platform you have it on. And it's available to pre-order right now, guys. So I looked on Steam. It is $30, so $10 more than Onimusha Warlords remaster. It's a remaster of the first game. Now, a bit strange in that I was expecting this to be like the same price as Onimusha Warlords, but maybe it's just a consequence or result of just the times, because more stuff is expensive these days. So they probably had to charge that extra $10 because, inflation is causing everything to go up. Video game development's it's gone up in price, it's like that, or costs and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm thinking it's maybe that, but still, $30 is still not a bad price for remaster, considering like other remasters we get are often like $40 to $60, or $40 or $50 for a remaster of a game, and in some situations $60. So honestly, this is still a very good budget price for a remaster, in my opinion. I definitely want to pick it up and go through it again and play through it. It's such a blast, honestly. Definitely a great one in the series. Like this, I like 1 and 2 more than 3, that's for sure. Onimusha 3 to me was kind of like the weakest overall. even though it had multiple protagonists to play as. No, that was fun in its own way and stuff like that. And it was cool because there was different play styles. But I don't know, 3 just wasn't, for me at least, that great overall compared to like 1 and 2. And I would say even like 4 with the Dawn of Dreams Onimusha game. But hopefully we get remasters of those 2 in the future. I mean, heck, wasn't expecting this. And we got a remaster of this. And we got a remaster of the first game. So maybe there's hope for Onimusha 3 getting a remaster and some quality of life stuff being added to it, as well as Onimusha 4 remaster. But I don't know. They may not do that because they're giving us this year, and they're going to focus on giving us the new Onimusha game next year. So we might have to wait on that for years to come. But what do you guys think about this? Are you happy about this with the new details with the Onimusha Way of the Sword and how the protagonist is shown off and the gameplay elements we talked about as far as like, using the environment to your advantage, stuff like that, and the crazy new boss that you might tackle in here? Are you going to get Onimusha 2 remastered or hold off on that, wait for a sale, or just not even get it at all? I definitely would recommend it for those that never grew up on the Onimusha series and try it out. See it for yourself. See if it's like something you're into. But I understand as well, too, if you want to pass up on this and get some other games. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please hit that like, subscribe if you're new. My name is Mike, and I'll see you in the next video.